Welcome to the PA American Legion Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game. Brian Morozak along with Tony Hanola. And Tony, it's kind of become an annual tradition for us here at WMBS to do this game once per year.
Well, Brian, as we've talked before, I enjoy this game a whole lot more than a whole lot of other games. It's one of those things where these kids can really appreciate what we're doing for them and actually enjoy seeing themselves on TV and, on the computer and things like that, but really have a great time playing, and I think they enjoy us recording as much as we enjoy watching them.
Yeah, our game coming to you here on YouTube Live. We'll also have the game archived as well for some of the participants and families to watch this game later on as well. The players for Game 1 are lining up here for the National Anthem. We'll actually have two games here today, and we'll pause for the National Anthem and tell you all about the games here in just a second. So we'll get started here with the youth game. Again, there'll be two games here today. The youth game followed by the adult game. And Tony, going over some of the ground rules here today. Each game will consist of 2 innings. Everybody will get an opportunity to bat in each inning. And our pitcher here once again is our good buddy Mike Quinn from Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services.
Yeah, I was giving Mike a hard time before the game. I think his career ERA is about 103, but he's actually in the Miracle League Miracle League Hall of Fame as a pitcher, and has been doing this for a lot of years, Brian, as you mentioned, 25, and shows up every Sunday, and it's got a rubber arm, but does a great job with these kids, and really supportive and appreciative of everything going on here.
Yeah, a little Miracle League history, at least here in Fayette County. Back in the 1990s, Mark and Chris Lowry started the Challenger Division Little League Baseball in Connellsville in order for their son Eli to be able to play baseball in his own unique way, as there were no other teams to participate in. Back in 2010, the Challenger League was changed to the Champions Adapted League of Baseball, and the Miracle League of Pennsylvania's Laurel Highlands was formed. Those games were mainly in the Washington area, and then eventually changed to the Miracle League of Laurel Highlands Champions. And, of course, it's a 501c3 nonprofit corporation and organization as well. For many years, the games were played at Bailey Park. Then in 2017, the games were moved here to the R.W. Clark North Union Township Eberly Park. And as we talked about a number of times, Tony, the dream is here in order for the folks to eventually be able to play on their own Miracle Field here in Fayette County.
Well, yeah, and we've been concerned over the years, too, whenever we do these games, Brian, about them playing, obviously, without the turf field and things. Pretty tough, especially for these kids in wheelchairs and things like that. So it's just really tough.
And we have our first batter up, Seth Fryer with a base hit, going here to second base. And it'll get through, and Seth safe over at first. So a great job from Seth Fry to get the game started here for the red team. And, of course, all of the players here, Tony, also have their own buddies here as well. The buddies wearing the orange jerseys, of course, the red team and the blue team, as Seth Fry got things started for the red team with a base hit.
Seth came in first pitch swinging, Brian.
Yes.
He was ready to go. He knew that Mike was going to throw him a good pitch to hit, and he sure did.
And our next hitter here is number 16, Brandon Christopher. So Brandon Christopher at the plate now for the red side. Really could ask Tony for a better day for this Miracle League game here today. Sunny skies, game time temperature around 65 degrees as we get started at 1 o'clock on this Sunday afternoon.
Well, the thing of it is, Brian, again, not extremely hot, to be out here. Perfectly cool, nice little breeze. So I think these kids are really going to have a good day.
So Brandon Christopher at the plate. Already saw Seth Fry with a hit for the red team here in this top half of the first inning. And there's a number down the first base line for Brandon Christopher. He'll make his way down to first safely as well for the red side.
Yeah, going to be a close play, but he's going to beat it out.
I also have to thank Christine Eckert and the entire staff here for getting everything organized for us here today as well, Tony. Christine and her staff does a wonderful job making these games possible for us to call every year, and the Miracle League games played throughout the months of May and June on an annual basis here in Fayette County.
Well, and she does a great job with everything going on. Really organized, as you said, Brian. Rosters for us and intros and things and everything to go with this, and really does a nice job putting everything together and really spends a lot of time with this as well.
Tristan Young now at the plate here for the red team. And Tristan just missing on that first pitch from Mike Quinn. Of course, the official mascot is named Homer. He's also known as the Chief Inspiration Officer. Homer joined the Miracle League as the official mascot back in 2019.
Tristan, he's going to make a little reroute there instead of going straight to first. He's going to kind of reroute and go the other way.
Tristan doing a good job out there. Getting Brian Morozak alongside Tony Hanola. Carl Childs working with us behind the camera here as well today. And we again appreciate you joining us for this PA American Legion Laurel Highlands champion game here from the Eberly Field in North Union Township.
Ooh, good.
I believe this is a Will DeValance at the plate now for the red side, Tony?
I think you are correct.
Will, a couple of good swings up there for the red team.
Will's trying to take Mike downtown.
Yes. And great to see all the kids, too, Tony, having a great job out here on a Sunday afternoon, enjoying baseball with their families and all these volunteers out here from the Miracle League as well.
Well, and that's the thing. They always get people to step up every year, be buddies for them, and it's really a nice program for the kids. I know how much they enjoy it. I know we've talked to Christine in the past, and she's always said how these kids can't wait for the season to start. And it's just one of those things. They look forward to it every year.
And Will with a nice little number going back to Mike Quinn, and Mike having some trouble with it, and Will safe down the first base line, and a run will score as well on the red side as Seth Fry will come around to score. And the red team has their first run of the afternoon.
Yeah, pretty good speed there by Will DeValance as well. You know what? He was not going to be cheated out of that one. Good job. Nice hit, and then actually able to run pretty quickly down to first base.
Have our next batter coming up here now on the red side.
And we'll have to wait for the announcement, I guess, because I think this player actually came in a little bit later.
Yes, not on our initial roster. So try to get some clarification there as far as who's at the plate here on the red side. But it's first pitch swinging and a first pitch base hits down the third base line as the runners advance here for the red team. We get just underway with the first of two here in the youth division of the Miracle League Champions League here in Fayette County.
She's going to move the runners up without a problem. Yeah, and we'll have to get a name there. We just didn't, like I said, a few people showed up a little bit late, and Christine was not able to give us confirmation as to who were all the players that showed up.
Also have to thank some of our sponsors making this broadcast possible, including Family Ties Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services and CEO Mike Quinn, the Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Ean Charities. Again, appreciate everyone's support getting this game on the air and all the support that made the Miracle League games possible here throughout the 2025 season. So our next batter now coming up here on the red side. I'll try to get an announcement on this player as well here, Tony.
Yeah, right. We definitely want to give each one of these kids their due, that's for sure.
Batter getting the gear on here on the red side.
Well, Mike's been wild every once in a while.
Yes.
I don't blame him for putting a helmet on, that's for sure. Mike can go a little high and tight.
Yes. I got him all lined up. Just missed on that first pitch. Of course, fundraising events going on all year long with the Miracle League. In fact, they'll have their annual charity golf outing coming up in a couple of weeks as well, Tony. That'll be coming up on June 7th.
June 7th is right. And this is, I just want to relay this on, Brian. That's Julia Natali, who's batting right now.
Okay.
Got confirmation from Christine. Yeah, and you're right. Their golf outing is June 7th out at Duck. So please, if you're listening or watching, any support would be greatly appreciated for these players.
Another hit here down the first baseline. We'll score another run here for the red team. And if you want to sign up for that golf outing, the website is miracleleaguepalh.org. It's miracleleaguepalh.org. You can just contact Duck Hollow Golf Course or anyone at the Miracle League. They can pass along the information for you there. We thought we had Will DeValence up earlier, but it's actually Will DeValence up on the plate right now on the red side. In between innings, we'll double-check the order here on the red side, so we can have it for you for the second inning as well.
Right.
So Will DeValence now at the plate. Choking up a little bit on that bright green bat. And just missed there on the first pitch from Mike Quinn.
Pretty good swing, though.
Yes.
No doubt about that.
You mentioned, Tony, it'd be so important as Will with a nice hit here going down the left side of the infield. And Will safe over at first. Another run scoring there for the red team. Be so much of an advantage they can get a permanent field built for the Miracle League. You know, not having to worry about the weather conditions playing havoc with some of the games. We mentioned we were supposed to be here 2 weeks ago, and they had to cancel all of the Miracle League games 2 Sundays ago, and you just have limited play dates. They try to play on any available date as well. As it looks like Owen Harris now at the plate here for the red side.
Owen coming to bat with his buddy.
Picking out the bat he wants to use.
Yeah. Hey, he saw Will. Will hit a pretty good rope out there on that swing he had. So he and his buddy are now at first base, and here comes Owen.
Owen Harris just missing there at the first pitch. Another good cut there. There's Owen with a nice hit down the third base line. He'll wheel his way down to first. They'll make a throw to second. It'll go out in the center field. And Owen, you can tell he's having a lot of fun out there wheeling down the first base line.
He was ready to make the turn, ready to go.
And that's going to end, I think the top of the first inning as Owen and the rest of the red team will wheel their way around the bases as the red team off to a good start here in the top half of the first inning. So again, we'll take a quick timeout and get our broadcast of the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League games here from the Eberly Field, being brought to you by Family Ties Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Quinn, Somerset Trust Company, the Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Ean Charities. Back with the bottom of the first in just a moment here on the WMBS YouTube page. Brian Morozak, Tony Anola back here at the Eberly Field in North Union Township. The blue team coming to bat, first of two here in the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League. Again, each game 2 innings. Everybody gets to bat. The blue team will have Bennett Bella leading off. Batting second will be Lean Kiefer. In the third spot will be Patrick Thornton. Batting fourth will be Noah Lang. And batting fifth will be James Osborne. Okay. So Bella, Kiefer, Thornton, Lang, and Osborne on the blue side. And Bennett already ready to lead things off here on the blue side, Tony.
Going to go up and pick out his stick. Be ready to face his pitching from Mike Quinn. You can tell Bennett, he was ready to go. He was one of the first ones here today. So you know he's looking forward to this.
They're also going to hold a special ceremony in between games honoring some of the graduates this year of the PA Miracle League program. And Bennett with the hit there on the blue side down the third base line. And you can tell how excited Bennett is to head down to first and reach first base safely. But it'll be the first time, Tony, we'll actually have graduates of this program this year.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Brian, and some of these players we've seen over the last couple of years, and actually they do a nice job.
Yes.
They're at the point where they don't need buddies anymore, and it's one of those things where they can go out and pretty much hit and field on their own. So they've graduated from the program, but it's one of those things where we've seen a lot of these kids play, and it's just encouraging for them, actually.
So now up on the blue side will be Lean Kiefer, batting second here in the inning. Because this will be the first graduation class for the PA Miracle League, and it will consist of Sarah Stone, Connie Nice, Linda Fry, David Ruby, Nathan Knox, Gary Painter, who's been one of our buddies here, Tony, over the years.
Yes, he has.
Donald Mason, Joey Moore, Jacob Wadsworth, Jeff Guthrie, Teresa Cavallero, Pete Zuner, Isaac Ocon, and Jeremiah Dillinger.
Pretty big graduating class there, Brian.
Salim Kiefer at the plate right now on the blue side. And we've had many more participants on the adult league as well, so maybe another, reason obviously to allow some new players to be able to get involved in the program as well.
Yeah, normally the second game has a lot more players, it seems, and it's just one of those things. You have family commitments and things like that.
Yeah.
There's a nice shot there by Liam down the third baseline.
And Liam Kiefer's ball going all the way out until left field, and Kiefer safe over at first. So 2 aboard here for the blue side here in the bottom of the first inning.
Bennett Bella is going to make it to second easily on that hit. Now that's going to bring up Patrick Thornton. Patrick coming up. Patrick ready to put this ball into play.
Yes. And he's excited and ready to go.
Patrick looks like he might be able to take one out of here.
Yeah, Mike Quinn might want to back up a little bit here facing Patrick.
Yeah. I'm sure Mike's got his share of welts.
Yes.
From getting nailed here in this game, that's for sure. Over a 25-year pitching career, he's taken a few shots, I'm sure.
Look at Patrick lined up here.
Patrick batting from the right side. Wow, there you go.
Good hit for Patrick down again into left field. Runners advance here again for the blue team.
Yeah, the bases are going to be juice from Noah Lang. So Noah with a chance to get a run or two across for his team. Noah coming out with his buddy. Noah getting introduced here by our PA announcer, Justin Byers. And you can tell, like I said, a lot of these kids excited to be out here. It's great to watch.
Oh, I agree, Tony.
Makes you can appreciate a lot of things, that's for sure.
So Noah Lang now.
Noah also batting from the right side. Got that green bat and ready to put it to use.
Ready to dig his way into the batter's box.
Yes, he is. Christine Eckert going to help him out a little bit.
A nice little hit here again down the third base line.
And Noah going to take off. going to scurry down to first.
We get a run scored across here on the blue side as well.
Yeah, scoring that run's going to be Bennett Bella crossing the dish for the first run of the blue team. And already participants filtering in here, Brian, for the 2 o'clock game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, expect it to be a pretty full house in here for the game later on today.
Yeah, I would imagine.
This will be our final batter, I believe, here for the bottom of the first inning here on the blue side.
Yeah, this will be James Osborne batting. And you're right, James, the 5th and final hitter in this first inning for the blue team.
James getting set to go.
Pretty good
Quinn's
cut.
first pitch, just nipped foul there by James Osborne. And they'll actually switch orders up. The guys that bat first in the first inning will bat last in the second inning and vice versa. So James will actually lead things off for the blue team in the bottom half of the inning.
Right. And we'll make sure that we catch these announcements as to who's hitting where.
Yep.
Because we got a little confused in that top of the first on the red team. So
you had some late additions as well come in.
Some, we want to say some game day scratches or additional players.
Another hit here down the third base line to wrap up the inning for James Osborne. That'll be a home run, and they'll clear the bases to end the first inning here at the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League game.
Going to clear the bases, and you can tell that James, he's ready to run, man. He's working his buddy out over there.
Again, our broadcast being brought to you by Family Ties Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Quinn, Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Ean Charities. Move to the bottom of the first right after this. Or check that, move to the top of the second right after this. Moving now to the top of the second inning, the red team coming to bat. And Owen Harris, who was the last batter in the first inning, now will lead off the second here for the red team.
Yeah, Owen was able to clean off the sacks with that pretty nice shot that he hit at the end of the first inning. So he'll lead it off here, as they said, as Brian had mentioned. Batting order is just reversed here in this top of the second inning.
And Owen first pitch swinging there with a nice bouncer going here to second. And it'll get through, and Owen might have the fastest wheels in town there, Tony, down the first base line.
Tell you what, he might have the biggest smile, too.
Yes.
Good luck. Good for him.
You can tell he's thoroughly enjoying being out here
Yeah.
today, as all these kids are.
Yeah, good luck trying to take that smile off of his face.
Yes. Now Hayden Kiefer coming to the plate.
And you got Owen ready to run.
Yes.
As soon as his ball's put into play. And we saw Hayden take a couple good cuts.
First pitch into Hayden. Good cut there, just missed. Another good swing. That one just tipped foul. We get some fresh baseballs now for Mike Quinn.
Some interesting numbers here that Christine actually had provided us.
There's a hit down the third baseline. Go ahead, Tony, with some of those.
I was going to say, yeah, they, looking at these numbers, 65 player registrations in this 2025 season.
Very healthy.
For the Miracle League. And then here's another impressive thing, too. 14 first-time players have signed up, so you know that they're going to end up playing here for quite a while.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why you have the graduation coming up as well, just to try to keep some new names in the program as well and allow first-time folks that are registering to play in the program to be able to participate.
Right.
Will DeValance now up, and Will first pitch swinging there with the hits.
Tell you what, Will got a pretty nice bat.
Yes.
Does a pretty nice job. Here's one of the biggest numbers, though, Brian. 40 volunteer registrations, which is the highest volume of all time, which shows a lot. It shows a lot of people are watching this kind of stuff and really want to get involved and help these kids out. So that's a really good thing to see, especially with these numbers. And looks like today's volunteers are AG Track Team, Team E and Charities, Young Life, and Family Ties. They were all scheduled to work today.
Remember, you go back a couple of years ago, Tony, we were out here. We had members of the Laurel Highlands basketball team.
Exactly right.
We're out here volunteering as well, giving up their time. So it's just great to see the youth involvement taking place.
It's something that really, especially for young people, to come out and take a look at this. I mean, you got to appreciate what you have.
Yes, for sure.
And it makes puts a lot of things in perspective, and especially, like I said, when you have all these volunteers and things trying to help, with this program, it just really makes it a worthwhile project for everybody.
I think Will was over there, Carl waving at the camera. You might want to circle in on Will there over at first base. He was waving you. And now you've Julia Natali at the plate, and Julia with a hit going down the third base line. And Julia will be safe at first. And that should bring up Tristan Young next. And you had Owen Harris score on the play there for the red team.
Owen led off the inning, able to score, and like I said, just can't wipe that smile off his face.
No, not at all.
Having a good time. As we said over the years, really, Mike Quinn does a nice job. Realizes, put it this way, he's hit a ton of bats over the last 25 years as a pitcher. Kind of see the swing and make sure you kind of throw it in that path for him, and he does a really great job.
And Tristan Young now at the plate. Tristan picking out his bats.
I don't know. That green one seems to be the fan favorite here today.
The bat of choice.
Oh, wow. Tristan, he's going with big lumber here.
Yep.
Might have to choke up a little bit.
Just missed there at the first pitch. And a good number there down the first base line. He'll run down with his buddy there, Leanne Bergman.
Julia Natali's going to make it to second base easily on that hit. And the last bat, should be Brandon Christopher.
Yep.
Sorry, yep. Next to last batter. So Brandon coming up for his second plate appearance. Oh, they're going to bring
actually, they mixed up the orders. It'll be Seth Fry now.
Okay. Yeah, and we didn't get all the numbers, so it's one of those things where we kind of have to rely
we're kind of on the fly, too, with everything.
We're kind of relying on the PA announcer.
Correct. And it's hard, too, Tony, because in everyone's defense, they had no idea sometimes who the kids are. They're going to show up.
Exactly right.
And even if the kids are showing up here at 1 o'clock, they're going to allow them to participate in the game even if they were a little bit late in arriving. So that's why sometimes it takes us a little while to identify all the players. And Seth Fry with a hit there, and he'll run down the first base line as well here for the red team in the top of the second inning.
Seth is motoring.
Yes, he is.
Got some wheels.
And this will wrap up the inning here.
Okay, now this is Julia. Sorry, so we had things confused here.
Yeah, we thought this was Lexi Cooper, so we'll, again, just roll on the fly.
And we apologize for anybody we have misidentified, because really we're trying to get this so right.
Yes,
because
we are.
know these kids will really appreciate watching this, seeing themselves on the screen and able to watch themselves play.
First pitch swinging there with the hits. And we think that'll be the final. Yes, that'll be the final hit here of the inning, and they'll clear the bases. They'll move to our final half inning here in the youth game with the blue team batting for the second time around.
And a grand slam.
Yes. And the base is cleared. And that'll do it here for the top of the second inning. Again, we'll have the adult game to follow this game, but in between will be a graduation ceremony for some of the folks here from the Miracle League.
And we'll have the blue team getting ready to go, coming up for their second at bat.
And again, our broadcast being brought to you by Family Ties Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Quinn, Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Heen Charities. Back with the bottom of the second in just a moment. Moving now to the bottom of the second inning, final half inning of the first of two here at the Eberly Field. For the blue team, it'll be Lean Kiefer leading off the inning. Batting second will be Patrick Thornton. Batting third will be Noah Lang. Batting fourth will be James Osborne. And batting fifth will be Bennett Bella. And that'll wrap up the first of these two games. And again, we'll have a graduation ceremony and then the older youth adult game that'll follow.
And as we said, a lot of those players filtering in already, so it looks like we're going to have a pretty good crowd here for the second game, the older children. Well, I shouldn't call them children. The older players, put it that way.
And that game get very competitive, Tony.
Yes, it does. You know, a few of these kids have already hit the ball out of here, too.
Yes.
So it's one of those things where those guys kind of get into it a whole lot more.
Tell Carl to watch the camera over there for that second game.
Yeah, Carl played out here. He knows how to field on this field. He can handle himself out there.
So Liam Kiefer getting set to lead things off. Just missed there at the first pitch from Mike Quinn. Lehman lefty out there, Tony, with a hit there off the second pitch. Going to second base. And he's safe with a opening hit here.
Giving high fives to everybody. Good for Liam.
See a lot of the volunteers also, Tony, with the Phil's 5K T-shirts. They held the first annual 5K for our former WNBS colleague Phil Michael this morning. Of everyone involved with that had a a great morning, and we certainly miss Phil. Actually coming up on the one-year anniversary of his passing next month. Actually just passed the one-year anniversary of his accident in early May, and we certainly all miss Phil around the area.
Yeah, we do, and that's the thing about it, man. It's hard to believe that it's been 1 year already, and the good thing about this morning, it was perfect for runners.
Yes, for sure. Nice and cool.
Yeah, I hope they had a great turnout.
Patrick Thornton now batting second, and Patrick with a rip. Actually, Mike Quinn had to duck out of the way of that one. Almost caught him there.
I was going to say, quick reflexes by Mike.
Yes.
Good job.
Good job there,
Yeah.
Patrick.
Patrick with the line drive right back through the box. Good shot by Patrick. And better reflexes by Mike Quinn. Now coming up to bat will be Noah Lang. Noah coming up for his second plate appearance. Noah coming out of the dugout. Coming out with his buddy.
I have enough slack there on that microphone, so I mean I can even interview some of the batters coming down the first base line over there if I have enough cord.
Yeah, well,
I'll try it out over there and see.
I was going to say, I'm not so sure you want me on camera. Give it a go, Bryce. See what you got. I'm sure Patrick would be happy to get interviewed over there on first base. So if your crew wouldn't have left it tied up in a knot, you would be just fine.
We'll try that maybe later on in between games.
Well, you know what? If you give me that, I'll give me that while it's going on, and I'll do the untangling because I'm good for that.
We'll work on that for game 2, Tony.
We're going to get it. We're going to work on it while we do game 1.
All right. So we still have Noah at the plate, correct?
Yes. Noah's still batting.
And Noah with a hit there. Just watch all those Ethernet cords
I
over there
got you.
doing all that.
I got you. You want to unplug that, and we'll get you taken
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah, I'll do it.
easier
Make
there.
myself useful. Good shot there by
Noah right down the third
right
base
down the
line.
third base line, able to pull that ball.
I'll load up the bases here for the Blue Sox. So 2 more batters here in this bottom of the second inning. It'll be James Osborne, followed by Bennett Bella to wrap things up.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, we're going to have a few people in that second game who definitely want to get interviewed. Over the years, we've had a chance to talk to Gary, who's already told us he's ready for
ready to come on,
ready for his yearly chat with us. So we'll have to get him on, get him going.
And we could also, Tony, when they do the graduation ceremony, give that microphone over to the PA announcer as well, and then we could actually have the good mic set up there for the full graduation ceremonies. Yeah. James Osborne picks up another hit there, right to the shortstop position.
Tell you what, James, he's got a pretty nice bat.
Yes.
Does a nice job out there.
That'll score a run. Now the last batter will be Bennett Bella.
Bennett is going to get the chance to run the bases as the final batter in this bottom of the second inning. So Bennett coming to the plate.
And Bennett actually got this game started for the blue team in the bottom of the first inning with a nice hit. He'll pick out his bat as well.
All right.
He'll go with the orange and black one there, Tony.
Yeah, I thought he might have gone back to the green, but changing sticks this time. And
first
again,
pitch swinging.
Yeah.
Right past Mike Quinn, and it'll be a home run here to end the bottom of the second inning and wrap up the first of 2 PA American Legion, or PA Miracle League games here at the Eberly Field in North Union Township. So stay tuned. We'll have the graduation ceremony for some of the folks that'll be graduating out of the Miracle League here coming up next, followed by Game 2 from the Eberly Field here in North Union Township on the WMBS YouTube page. Players from game one now shaking hands and lining up.
Lining up, and here comes Homer, the mascot, checking in. Going to come in for the end of this game, and actually for the graduation ceremony in between. So Homer coming in. I'm sure the kids will get a kick out of this.
Always good to see Homer around.
Yes. Go up, get hugs, and be ready to go. A nice gesture here is make all the kids come in and shake hands and congratulate each other on a nice game played. So shaking hands, congratulating each other. Coaches thanking pitcher Mike Quinn for doing his job in that first game. High fives all around. A lot of smiles, Brian.
Yes, for sure. All these kids having fun with game one. And again, stay tuned. We'll have the graduation ceremony in between games here on the WNBS YouTube page. We're getting set for the graduation ceremony here in between games. Both Mike Quinn and Christine Eckert will be doing the emceeing, and we'll turn it over to them when they get these announcements started.
Yeah. Hey, Justin. Justin, will you turn the volume up on the back? On the back of that? Turn it up, yeah. It's the knob. Try to talk.
Oh, okay.
You just got to be real close.
Got to be real close. All right. So we're going to recognize some of our graduates from prior years in the
Brandon didn't play. Brandon, you didn't play. I'm like, I'm not giving him anything. Okay, come on. Yes.
Right, line up on the line, guys.
Jane Ann.
There you go.
Jeremy. Pictures the family.
Some of the graduates starting to make their way in.
Can you tell them? skills and their abilities actually have exceeded what the Miracle League guidelines are, and it's a really positive thing. It's really to their testament of how good and how they've accomplished over the years. So the first one we have is Linda Fry.
Linda Fry, come on up. Linda Fry, congratulations. The first alumnus.
Find her certificate in here. Will you stand over here by them?
So Linda Fry, the first graduate announcement.
Lined up by Homer. All right, and the next one we have is David Ruby.
David, come on up.
David Ruby, the next graduate, Tony.
David coming out, shaking hands with Mike, getting to see Homer. Little thumbs
Right.
up, got a little trophy there.
And the next is going to be Gary Painter.
Next is Gary Painter.
And Gary. And I know Gary wants to be interviewed later,
Yes.
Brian. He's been on the air with us a few times.
And we got Nathan Knox.
Nathan Knox, you're next. Congratulations.
Tell some of these guys, Tony, the heavy hitters.
No kidding.
All right, and Connie, nice.
Connie Knight, you're next. Oh, you're all cleaned up, too.
Connie.
She's dressing fancy.
She's ready for graduation
Yes.
ceremony is right.
All right, and next is Donald Mason.
Donald Aben. All right, congratulations.
See Donald a lot around Uniontown High School as well, Tony.
Yes, you
does some
do.
work down there.
Yes, he does. Huge Red Raider fan.
Yes.
All right, and next is Sarah Stone.
Sarah Stone, you're next.
Yes.
Very good. Graduated.
And Isaac Ocon. Did I say?
Ocon.
Come up here. Come over here. Come over here by Mike. All right. We have a few missing today, but things get busy in the summer. But we want to recognize. So this is our first graduating class. It's a very great accomplishment, and we're just very happy for them. We know that it's bittersweet. You're gonna have to talk because they're not hearing anything I'm saying. And but we do want to recognize them because we will miss them. But again, this is to their kudos. Really, really good. Their skills, abilities over the years. So we want to say thank you so much. All right. All right, and then we're going to get them on. We'll get the second game going here.
Yeah, it's Christine Eckert, the chairman of the PA Miracle League of Laurel Highlands.
Christine's got to hurry up and scamper back and get in the picture with some of these people. And again, Christine puts a ton of time in for this and really does a great job. And as you can see, the graduates are happy with what's going on. You're right, bittersweet.
Oh, I have some time in between games. We can talk to Mike Quinn as well. And Mike, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. And, of course, you've had a long-term involvement here with the Miracle League.
Yeah, we're pushing 30 years now.
Wow.
My arm's wearing out.
That's what I was going to ask. How's the arm doing after all these years?
Well, I'm looking at rotator cuff in the off season.
Yeah. How'd you first get involved with all this?
I just became familiar with it when I moved into the area 30 years ago, and just fell in love with doing this. And
Awesome.
literally been pitching to the I call them kids still. Some of them are kids.
Yes.
Been pitching ever since.
Hey, but we just had this graduation ceremony. Of course, some of these folks graduating, boy, have they made a big part, I think, to this Miracle League over the years.
Oh, absolutely. Some of these folks, I've been pitching since they were, where's the camera? Since they were this big. And they've played some of them played for 20 years or more.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty tough for a lot of them. I'm sure that, the graduation ceremony is good and everything, but you got to wonder if it's really hit them yet that they're not going to be able to face you anymore.
Well, I'm sure they got used to that. They certainly hit me a lot over the years.
Yes.
Well, we got to give you props, though, too, on the reflexes because that one.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. They keep trying to wait till the second game. They really aim. They aim for me in the second game.
I know. But now, you know what? It's one of those things. You're right. It's bittersweet. They don't get to play anymore, but I'm sure they'll be out here supporting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, again, Mike, we appreciate your time. And, again, thanks for all your involvement and all the time that you give to make this successful each and every year.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ice down the arm.
Yes, do that.
All right.
Pre-Tommy John.
Yeah. That's Mike Quinn, CEO of Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services, joining us here in between games. Stay tuned. Game 2 coming up next here on WMBS. We're just about ready for game 2 here. This will be the older division game here in the Miracle League. The 10 players participating on the red team today will be Aubrey Fulham, Anna Staggers, Alex Gonzalez, Maddie Regish, Johnny Tabich, and Aubrey Fulham will lead things off. Corey Perupski, Jeffrey Modesbaum, Bradley Gearing, Newt Murphy, and Max Stash. So this will be Aubrey Fulham leading things off, getting a little help there with her buddy.
Aubrey coming in, and we mentioned Mike Quinn backing up a little bit because
Yep.
a lot of these players can hit.
Yes.
Good cut there by Aubrey.
We saw Mike almost get his head taken off there in game 1.
Give Mike a lot of credit, though. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, for as much time and effort as he puts in, really, it's impressive. You figure 30 years worth of pitching.
Yeah, all
How
these
many-
volunteers
yeah.
making time
Right.
every weekend here in May and June to make these games possible, and a hit there to lead things off here for Aubrey Fulham. So Aubrey off to a nice start.
Okay, now this is Bradley Gearing coming to bat. And I'm going to try to do a little bit of both, Brian. I'm going
Yeah.
to try to listen for the PA because we
Yeah,
really don't
I
have
agree.
we don't have an
batting
order, so we're just trying to wing it as well. But
Correct.
like I said, we want to make sure that everybody gets their due. So Bradley Gearing coming to bat.
So got his warm-up jacket on there.
Yeah. You know what? It's a little bit
I know
chilly
you're
out here.
you're mentioning that you wish you wore the long sleeves here today too.
Yeah, I wish I would have bought some of my WMBS gear.
Bradley first
Bradley.
swinging there with the hits. Sent it right up the middle. He'll hustle down the first base line.
Yeah, nice play at second base. Not so sure who made the play. Nice throw back to Mike
Yeah.
Quinn, but Bradley, good shot.
And this
So,
will be
Anna
Anna
Staggers.
Staggers.
So Anna coming to bat. Anna coming without a buddy, so
Yep.
ready to play. Anna looks like she's going to have
Yeah,
a
I
pretty
think
nice
she's-
cut,
yeah,
too, I
I
got to
agree.
tell you. Mike going to move her off the plate just a bit.
Trying to crowd the plate there for Mike.
Good swing.
Anna with a nice rip down there.
Good hit is right. Bradley motoring to second base. And you also have Aubrey Fulham making her way over to third. So now the base is juiced. I did not hear that one.
Oakley, I believe.
Oakley Lehman? Okay.
Okay.
Well, we
No, we didn't have them on our
we
initial
didn't get
roster.
That. Yeah, we didn't get that. Must have came in a little bit
Yep.
late. So Oakley Lehman now in the cleanup spot. Oakley. Pretty good cut. Oakley coming up with the bases juiced.
Just on the first two swings there.
And there it
Now
is.
they'll nub her back.
Shot back to Mike Quinn.
I'll move everybody around.
Yeah, Oakley hustling hard down to first base. You're going to have Aubrey Fulham crossing the plate to score the first run for the red team.
Now our fifth batter here in the top of the first inning, and this is game 2, the adult division. Older teens and adults. I think this is Maddie Regish. Nope, I'm wrong on
Alex.
that. It's Alex Gonzalez.
Wow, Alex. Wow. What a cut there.
Yep.
Alex not getting cheated at
Nope.
all. Wow. Alex, she's swinging for the streets here. There it is.
Yep, nice little rip down.
It is. Nice shot right up the middle. Good job by Alex. One-handed swing. That had a lot of power.
Yes.
And Bradley Gearing going to cross the plate for the second run.
Now this will be Maddie
Now this will
Regish.
be Maddie. Okay. So Maddie coming to bat with the bases loaded as well. Couple runs across here for the red team in this top of the first inning.
She has her buddy with her.
Maddie with the sunglasses. Batting from the right side. Maddie with a good cut there.
There's
another
good
hit.
contact, yep.
Pulls it down the third base line.
That'll score. Anna staggers on the play.
And headed to third base will be Oakley. Good shot there by Maddie. Now we're waiting for the next announcement.
Johnny Tabich.
Johnny coming to bat. He'll be the 7th batter so far in this contest, in this top of the first inning for the red team.
Kind of Brian Morozak with Tony Hanula. Carl Childs behind the camera. Again, you're watching the PA Miracle League Laurel Highlands Champions game here on the WMBS YouTube page. Appreciate you joining us on this Sunday afternoon.
Johnny taking the first one. I know in the past I can remember Johnny last year. He was looking to take Mike deep.
Yes.
They were kind of jawing back and forth a little bit. So Johnny kind of staring down Mike a little bit.
I pitched a little inside, almost clipped him.
Mike said he's going to back him off a little bit, a little chin music.
Almost got down to first base on the hit by pitch.
Just a swing, just barely got a piece of that one. But fortunately for him, did not go in fair territory.
I'll reload Mike up here again.
Johnny thought about that one, kind of backed off a little bit.
There's
a shot down the third base line. Oakley Lehman going to cross the plate. Johnny able to make it to first base safely. Johnny even with the batting gloves on. You see that, Brian?
I see that. He's ready to go.
He's ready to rock and roll.
So Corey Perupski coming to the plate.
Corey, the 8th batter, and that's what we said. A lot more players show up for the second game, but really, it's good to see. So,
what's the logo he has on his hat there? Can you catch that, Tone? He was pointing towards it.
I think that actually says "Make America Great Again." I'm going to guess.
Okay. He was pointing at it when he was coming to the plate. I was curious what it had on there.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it here. I see 45 on the side. So.
Okay. There are a couple of those guys with that on it. Yep.
Yeah. Might be a Trump supporter.
He's ready to go.
Good swing there by Corey.
Yeah. Now a pitch a little high there from Mike Quinn.
Yeah. You get Corey to chase, though.
Yeah.
That's the bad part. Corey is getting set now.
There's a good hit.
Mike is going to give him another shot.
Yeah. Corey wanted another crack at it.
Corey digging in.
There he goes. That's a hard chopper.
Yeah, a little Baltimore chopper right over Mike Quinn's head.
Yep. Runners all advanced there as well. Don't see a lot of hits like that, do you, Tony?
No, you don't.
This will be Jeffrey Modespa.
Jeffrey coming to bat. Should have one more player after this, we think, but could be wrong. But good shot there by Corey. Like I said, chopped down on it. Able to knock that ball over Mike Quinn and get a single out of it. Score another run for the red team. So Jeffrey coming to bat.
Just missed there on the first pitch for Mike.
Yeah.
A little ahead of that one.
Going with the multicolor bat.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a shot. Again, down the third base line. Pulls that one. It stays fair, too.
Now, Tony, when you were playing high school baseball, was everybody still using wood bats back then?
Yes.
Okay, so I figured.
Yeah.
Not trying to age you.
That'll tell you something.
I'm not trying to age you at all. I was just curious.
No, that was, yes. They were wooden bats back then. So I started to get, like I think the last year of high school, maybe it's the year we got out I think they went to
Aluminum.
metal,
Yeah,
aluminum
metal, yeah.
bats.
Newt Murphy now at the plates.
Okay, so Newt, the 10th batter.
And Max Stash will follow him, and that'll be it.
Correct. Newt digging in as well.
Yes.
Newt didn't like that one. A little inside.
Yes. Got great sponsors out here as well. You see First Federal of Greene County on the red team's jerseys, Montgomery Medical on the blue team's jerseys, and it's great to have that community support. There's a nice hit there from Newt Murphy.
Newt with a good shot there. Oh, and Newt, Max.
He's going for a double.
He's going for 2, but they're calling him back. He thought he was the last batter.
Yeah.
All right, so Max
Stash.
Max should be the one that gets to circle the bases.
Grand slam home run.
Yeah, Newt, he got a little over anxious there,
Yes.
man. He's looking to run. Good cut there.
Yes. Gusty wins today too, Tony.
Yeah. Kind of surprising. I didn't think they were calling for too much, but as long as this rain holds off, that's fine with us. There you go, Max.
Nice little shot there down into left center field. That'll be a grand slam home run here for the red team in the top of the first inning.
Yep, Jeffrey going to round third. He's going to have Newt following Jeffrey. And Max, he's going to circle them all. Touch them all, Max. Buddy's saying keep on rolling.
Yes.
So Max Stash clearing the sacks in this first inning for the red team.
So that'll wrap up the top half of the first. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the bottom of the first. Let you know who's playing on the blue side. You're watching the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game here on the WMBS YouTube page.
So batting first for the blue team will be Alex Shepley. Alex getting to be the leadoff hitter. We'll get the lineup here for you in a minute. Brian just came back from the bench. So Alex made a couple nice plays out at second base here in that first inning.
He's ready to go, Tony. He got the baseball pants on, the jersey, the helmet. He got it all.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's right.
So with Alex Shepley leading things off, Charlie Williams batting second, Zoe Brandy batting third as Alex sends it there down the third baseline, and he'll get aboard. Jaden Detweiler batting fourth, Jacob Myers batting fifth, Andrew Hudak batting sixth, Braden Murray batting seventh, Quentin Stratiff batting eighth, Amanda Hauser batting ninth, and Eric Shaw will be the 10th and final batter here for the blue team in this bottom of the first inning.
And a good shot there to lead this off by Alex. Charlie Williams coming to bat. Charlie striding in, number 34. Charlie ready to unleash here on Mike Quinn. Charlie going to pick out the bat. Charlie ready to go. Charlie was kind of playing sort of like a left rover here whenever we started this game on defense.
Wind really blowing out, though.
Yeah, it's blowing out, so
yes.
we might see a couple shots here. Mike actually going back, trying to help Charlie out a little bit. Charlie had picked out a pretty small bat.
Yes.
But now Mike with a little bigger club here.
Yes. And Wind playing havoc. I think even some of Mike's pitches right now.
Yeah.
Charlie laying down a bunt there, running down the first baseline. Good job there from Charlie.
Charlie legging it out.
Yes.
Now it's going to be Zoe Brady.
Yep.
Zoe coming in with the pink batting helmet.
Like a lot of these kids, Tony, styling and profiling.
Well, you know what? Play a couple games a year, you might as well do it,
Yep,
right, Brad?
for sure.
Good for them.
Again, our broadcast being brought to you by Family Ties Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Gwynn, Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Teaming Charities.
Yeah, and you also want to recognize, too, the local officers here for the Miracle League. You got Christine Eckert as chairperson, Mike Quinn, vice chairperson, Jeremy Kiefer as secretary, and Christine Eckert is also the interim treasurer for now.
Wearing many hats.
Yes, sir.
A nice hit there from Zoe Brady. So Zoe getting aboard to load up the bases here for the blue team in the bottom of the first inning.
Zoe giving high fives down at first base. Coming to bat now should be Jaden Detweiler.
It is. Jaden will be followed by Jacob Myers. Jaden making her way up to the dish. Tony, of course, our high school sports season unfortunately over with for high school sports. I won't get to do too many games with you again until the fall.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll be seeing each other over
Yeah,
the
I'm sure
summer,
probably
but
more
it's
on the
one of
golf course or whatever else in social settings.
Yeah, but tell you what, though, like I said, this is one game I look forward to every year. I really do. I think it's one of those things where you just got to appreciate everything.
Nice, always nice to see these kids getting a nice opportunity here, and just credit everybody that makes this possible, and hopefully we can make some headway here and get these kids their own field here over the next couple of years. In fact, the radio board president of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters, Mike Sherry, is actually very involved with the Miracle League up towards the Pittsburgh area and had got a number of actual Miracle League fields up there, and actually put him in contact with Christine during the off season here, and hopefully they can try to get the ball rolling here down in Fayette County. I know the Pirates and owner Bob Nutting have done a lot to provide some of these fields around the area. I'd like to see that possibly get made down here in the Fayette County area as well, and whatever we can do to try to make that happen, I think would certainly be appreciated.
I totally agree with you, Brian. I think it's all a matter of just finding the property to do it. But I'll tell you what, I mean, could you imagine how happy these kids would be if they had their own field? And I mean,
Jaden Detweiler with a hit there, by the way, as well for the blue team. And the thing is, too, Tony, you could use it for multi-purposes, but still make it compatible for a Miracle League field. I mean, you could put in the wheelchair-accessible areas, the turf, so they can play, don't have to worry about what the weather's like outside or if it rained the night before, and be able to play and have the designation as the Miracle League field. And you could still use it as a Little League field, too, when the Miracle League's not playing.
Sure you could. There's no doubt. Yeah, it's just, like I said, to have these kids just to have their own place would be great. But don't forget, too, try to support them with the golf outing.
Yep, golf outing coming up. They do a number of charity events throughout the course of the year. And of course, donations accepted at all times. And just a great opportunity for these kids to get out and about and experience the joy of baseball, playing out here. And again, this is something that was actually started back in 1990 up in the Connellsville area and continued on. And another hit here on the blue side now by Jacob Myers, and Jacob getting down to first base safely.
Yeah, motoring pretty quick down there.
Yes. Now Andrew Hudak will be up next. 6th of 10 batters here on the blue side.
They said this is Brandon now, so we must have skipped somebody. Maybe somebody didn't want to bat. So
Braden Murray, excuse me. Now at bat. They're going to get him all lined up here as well.
Yes, sir. Braden coming to bat. Should be Quentin on deck.
Yep. Stradiff.
There you go.
First pitch hit there down the first base line.
Braden running with his buddy. Now they're going to race.
Yeah.
Braden says, I can do it. Yep. Here comes Quentin Stradiff. We've seen Quentin here before, too. Quentin, pretty nice cut. I remember well, and he's got pretty good speed.
Yes. It's just great to see it. I mean, for a lot of these kids, I mean, Tony, this is like the highlight of their year.
Yeah.
Coming out and playing these games on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know in the past we've talked to some of them, and they couldn't wait for May to get here so that the season started. Something they look forward to every year, and a great thing.
First
There's
pitch
a good
swinging
shot
there again.
I told
into
you.
left field.
Yeah, I remember Quentin. He's got some speed,
He got
too.
the helmet off.
Yeah.
Running down the first base line, ready to go.
I think he thought that helmet wasn't aerodynamic enough
Correct.
for his speed, so he took that thing off. He was ready to go. And a good shot, first pitch swinging.
Must be Amanda Hauser.
Here comes Amanda.
Leanne, her buddy, helping her out.
And Amanda coming to bat for her first trip.
I was over there getting the lineups. Amanda was telling everybody she wants to find a boyfriend. Christine told her you don't need men.
That's exactly right. Tell her it's not all it's cracked up to be.
She's going to bat from the left side.
Looking at our notes, I thought I had seen something about Amanda in here. I'm just kind of searching a little bit. Good shot there down the third baseline.
She'll motor her way down to the first base bag.
Amanda, okay, we do have it here. Amanda's one of the longest playing individuals. She's been playing for 25 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
In this Miracle League, so good for her. So she's seen a lot of Mike Quinn on the mound.
Yes. It's up behind Amanda now for the blue side will be Eric Shaw. I believe he's the final batter here in the
I think you are
bottom
correct.
of the first.
Yeah, congratulations to Amanda, 25 years. Wow. There's a hit there.
And Eric got knocked down there by the shortstop.
Yeah.
That was a little ripper.
Eric with a good job there.
He's ready to pass the runner above her. Or above him, excuse me.
Well, he knows that he's got the grand slam here.
Yeah. That'll do it for the bottom of the first inning here for the blue team. And they'll clear the bases all around here.
Clearing them up, and we'll be ready for the top of the second inning.
And this is the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game from the Eberly Park here in North Union Township. Brian Morozak alongside Tony Anola. Carl Childs behind the camera, back with the top of the second right after this. So go to the top of the second inning here. Game 2 of 2 here from the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game from the Eberly Field in North Union Township. So we'll rotate the order around here for the red team.
Max Stash.
Yeah, I mean,
be the
Max
leadoff
Stash leading
hitter.
things off. I was make sure I knew where I was at there too, Tony.
Oh, no. I'm here to help.
Max with a nice rip
hit.
in the center field.
That ball's going to go all the way to the fence.
Yep.
Good
One of the
job
best-
by Max.
One of the best hits we've seen here today.
Yeah. Max is going to
Max
stretch
wants-
that into a double.
And wanted
Yeah,
to,
he
wanted to
thought
try to go
about
to
it.
second.
Yeah, he
They
thought
would've let
about it. Yeah.
It'll be Newt Murphy up next.
And we saw Newton. He also tried to stretch his last hit into a
Yep.
double. Now that they're reversed to the top of the order, they're trying to put speed on the
Yes.
top here. So Newt Murphy with his second at bat. He's 1 for 1 here today.
Newt digging in.
Good cut.
Yep.
Kind of handcuffed him there a little bit.
The pitch was a little in.
Good swing.
Yeah. Came around there pretty good as well. Newt just missing there again.
Again, another nice swing.
Mike throwing some pretty good pitches
Yeah.
in there, and Newt some nice cuts. Gonna rip one out of here.
I got a feeling Newt's going to put this one in play. Stop. Just a bit over top of it. You got Max Stash waiting patiently at first base. He's ready to get those wheels going.
Did he hit him there? Came close.
Yeah, it was close. Kind of bailed out of the way. Mike with a little inside pitch.
Keeping Mike busy for sure.
Oh, they're going to get him here. You can tell. Newt's kind of eyeing him up.
Yep.
Not too far off of that one.
Dugout
There
coached
it
him
is.
up, and there you go.
Yep. Pulled that one down the third base line. Got into the outfield. So Newt now 2 for 2 on the day. It should bring up the next hitter, which will be Jeffrey Modespaw.
Yes. Jeffrey Modespaw batting next.
Jeffrey should be followed by Corey Porupski.
Jeffrey digging in.
Tried to number my scorecard last time, Brian, just so we can be a little proactive.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You know.
I got you. You're always ready to go. I know you're just fresh back into town, spending the last week down in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I don't know how fresh I am, but I'm here. Put
Yes.
it that way. Fresh after those kind of trips. I don't know. It takes a few days to get fresh. I
You
can tell
drove
you that.
this year too. Would you usually fly down?
Yeah, I was on a no-fly list.
I got you.
You know.
Didn't get that real ID yet.
Well, no, I did actually. I got my real ID, but Spirit raised some prices, and
I
just,
gotcha.
I just one of those deals. So
I got you.
yep, took the ride, 9.5-hour ride.
I'll be doing it in July.
Yep, went with some good guys though. Had a good time.
Good to hear.
Yep, nobody made the police blotter, so
Always
that
a
was
positive
the key.
trip. Yep.
Yep, that's always first and foremost.
And Jeffrey Modespaw at the plate, followed by Corey Porupski.
Jeffrey trying to take some cuts here.
Yep.
They're going to give him a little lighter bat.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think he's just trying to get out a little ahead of it a
Yeah.
little bit, and I think this will be a difference here.
There
it
you go.
is. Yep.
Need to change the bat.
Yep. Batting coach Christine Eckert.
Yep.
She recognized what was going on.
You can tell she's been around the block a couple of times.
Oh,
She
yeah,
knows
she-
all the little ins and outs.
Yes, she does. She
Of
did
the
a nice
Miracle
job.
League.
Yeah, she could see that Jeffrey struggling a little bit with that big club.
Yep. Now Corey Porupski at the plate.
Tell you what, Pirates might want to keep her in mind.
Yes, I agree. Probably help out some of their batters as well with
Yeah.
all the coaching changes they've been making as of late.
Yeah.
But Gene Lamont coming back. It's like a blast from the past.
No kidding there.
Perupski missing there at the first pitch from Mike Quinn. And there's another one of those high choppers.
Yeah, exactly.
Threw on the left side.
He was able to get that one over top Mike Quinn's head the first time. Getting a little wave there from Jeffrey Motospaw.
Yeah.
As he heads to second base.
Johnny Tabich now up.
Johnny, as we said, he's an experienced player too. We've seen him the last couple years.
Anytime you bring the gloves, got the hat.
Oh, yeah. And I think Corey's hat, I don't know if you mentioned about, I think he has a Miracle League hat on.
Okay. That was what I asked about.
Yeah, I thought you were asking about Johnny's at
No,
first, but
no.
I think it looks like he might have a Miracle League hat
Yeah.
on. No, I thought you were asking about Johnny.
I saw Johnny's. That's why I didn't know both of them had the same hat on.
Johnny. Dirting up a little bit. And there he goes. He's giving the point back to Mike.
Yeah.
Good cut.
Swinging for the fences.
Got down, and there's a hit down the third base line again.
And Johnny set to go.
Yep. Johnny number 12.
And Maddie Regish now up.
Maddie did a nice job her first time at bat as well. Maddie coming up with her buddy. Should be followed after this by Alex Gonzalez. Mike getting a little help.
Just missed there on the first swing.
Maddie with the cut. Just got a
Nubbed
piece of that
foul,
one, yep. Maddie with the dribbler
right
back to Mike. Mike's going to have trouble fielding it, though. I know that. I can see that. He's going to toss it down to the first baseman. Mike with not so good throw.
Another run scores on the play.
Yeah. Newton Murphy had a tough time trying to handle that ball thrown down by Mike. So that's going to put Maddie on first base easily.
You know, Mike would be a great pitcher for the team that plays the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great spot for him.
I'm sure at this point he's thinking hanging up that glove, but
Now at the
There's a
plate
pop
here,
up.
Anna Staggers
yeah.
coming our way.
Yep. That was Alex, right? Alex Gonzalez.
Oh, correct. Yep, Alex Gonzalez up. You're right.
Yep. Alex with that one-handed swing knocks it out here into the outfield, into right field where we're at.
And now we'll have Oakley Lehman, then Lehman, then followed by Anna Staggers.
Right, correct. So Alex, I tell you what, she's got a nice swing, man.
Yes.
One-handed, but still makes good
They
contact.
had no trouble making contact there.
Not at all. Oakley. Good cut there.
Little nubber.
So third base, Johnny Tobai. Second base now is Maddie Regish. Alex Gonzalez at first. And Oakley Lehman trying to drive him in. There's another shot down the third base line. Johnny's going to score easily as he motors across.
And now Anna Staggers coming to the plate.
Anna strutting to the plate, too.
She had a nice hit first time up.
Yep. Gave Johnny a little high five there for crossing the plate, scoring a run. So Ann will be followed by Bradley Gearing, and then Aubrey Fulham should be the last batter for the red team. Anna Staggers coming to bat.
Just missed on the first swing there.
There's a shot down the first base line.
A solid contact going right towards Carl.
Good. Carl can make the play.
And Anna's safe over at first.
I think Carl just got a pretty good close-up of Anna at first base. That's what he was doing. So, way to go, Carl. Don't slack on the job. You get a souvenir after the game, buddy.
Now Bradley Gearing at the plate.
Bradley with a nice hit his first time up. Bradley, a big fella.
Yeah. Popping that bat.
There you go.
Makes
Another
contact on the first rip.
I'll tell you what, everybody pulls Mike Quinn down the third
Yeah.
baseline, you know?
Popular direction.
Yeah.
Now Aubrey Fulham, the final batter.
Aubrey's going to get to touch them all after this shot. Bradley. Got the Washington Wild Things represented
Yes.
on that shirt, Brian.
I think they made some trips down that way as well for some Miracle League field trips
That's
to
great.
watch the Wild Things in the past.
Yeah.
And in fact, each August they take a team to Washington, PA to play in a special champions game hosted by the Pony League during the Pony League World Series as a hit
Yes.
picked up there by Aubrey to end the inning. And that's
Yeah.
an amazing event in which each team participating in the Pony League World Series from all over the world comes to the ballpark on Saturday morning, and they line the field to cheer a special game between the Miracle League team and the Washington team. Certainly has to be an exciting game for all involved, and probably pretty cool for all of the local players from the Laurel Highlands chapter that are elected to play in that game.
Well,
So
it's kind of interesting, Brian, because you know what? When and I'll watch a lot of those games when they bring them on, and they'll show highlights, and I recognize some of the kids
yeah,
whenever
for
I'm
sure.
watching. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
now we'll go to the bottom of the second inning in our second and final game here from the Eberly Field in North Union Township here on the WMBS YouTube page. I'll move down to the bottom of the second inning, game 2 of 2 here at the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game. And leading off the bottom of the second will be Eric Schall.
Eric defensively played first base for the blue team. Did a nice job
Yes.
over there. Couple balls hit down his way, able to field them cleanly.
And
Oh,
Eric
man.
making contact there, sending in the fence on the first hit.
Eric, he was looking. There
Look
it
at
is.
this one.
Wow.
A
Wow.
line into left field, dropped by one of the buddies out there. And that ball might have went to the fence on one hop.
Now, no doubt. Good job there by Eric. He said he was eyeing that up, man. That
Yes.
first cut showed what he was looking to do.
Now we'll have Amanda Hauser at the plate.
So, Amanda, as we mentioned, 25-year veteran
Yes.
of the Miracle League. Amanda gave us a thumbs up as she exited the field off the defensive side for the blue team and now ready to go up to bat. She'll be batting from the left side.
Motoring her way to the plate.
Going up there with her buddy. So Amanda. And she knows Mike Quinn well.
Yes. Leanne getting her a bat. Makes contact there with the first pitch.
And just a little off her
Yeah.
hands. Yep.
Next week will be an off week for the Miracle League due to the Memorial Day holiday weekend. They'll be back on June 1st. And then play every weekend in June with the exception of Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, and really, if you have the opportunity to come out and support them, they
For sure.
would appreciate it, and it would be pretty heartwarming for you as well to come out and just watch these kids try.
Yeah, games at 1 o'clock And it'll be the 1st, the 8th, and the 22nd of June to wrap up the 2025 season.
Amanda takes that ball the other way.
Solid hit there from Amanda Hauser.
Fielded cleanly there by Alex Gonzalez.
And this is our 3rd year of doing Miracle League games here on WMBS. Hope to make this and continue this into 2026 as well.
Quentin
with an annual broadcast. Quentin Stratiff.
Yeah, we saw, like I said, Quentin's been here the last 3 years we've been here. We said good hitter, great speed.
First pitch to Quentin, a little nubber.
Yeah, they're going to give
going
him
foul.
Give him a little something better than that. Because we've seen Quentin put the ball in play a few times here. He's got some skills. There's a shot.
Another ground ball going down the third baseline.
Quentin taking the hat off.
Talk about motoring down the first.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's got great speed, man.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got great speed.
They'll bring up Braden Murray next.
Braden was actually going out to help Amanda out a little bit, but now he's going to bat.
Mike Quinn says, hey, get in there, kid.
That's it. Get your cuts.
Yes. Hey, nice job getting this field ready to play today as well, Tony. Had some rain here Friday and Saturday. You know, Christine and the staff are actually out here doing the field themselves when I got here today.
I saw they had a little quick dry around the dugout entrances, which kind of have to have,
really.
It
makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And players to get in and out.
Braden with a couple good cuts. And again, congratulations to all the graduates.
Yes, for sure. We'll read that list.
Yes, we will. First
one more
graduating
time
class.
Again.
Yep. Braden just a little bit too quick. There's a nice hit to the shortstop side. Quentin, he's flying down a second
agree,
base.
Tony.
Wow.
He's ready to go.
Yes, he is. Braden going to make it to first, being helped out by his buddy. Scoring on the play was Eric Shaw scoring for the blue team.
So bring up Andrew Hudak. So again, our graduates here today were Sarah Stone, Connie Nice, Linda Fry, David Ruby, Nathan Knox, Gary Painter, Donald Mason, Joey Moore, Jacob Wadsworth, Jeff Guthrie, Teresa Caballero, Pete Zuner, Isaac Ocon, and Jeremiah Dillinger.
Congratulations. Big graduating class. There's a cut there by Andrew Hudak.
Jacob Myers will follow Hudak in the lineup.
Andrew with the dribbler down. Mike Quinn trying to field it. Braden's going to hustle into second base. Scoring's going to be Amanda Hauser. So Hauser crossing the plate. Jaden Detweiler coming to bat now.
Detweiler followed by Brady, Williams, and Shepley to wrap things up here this afternoon.
And Amanda, as we said, congratulations on 25 years. Wow.
Certainly great.
She's got to play at all the home fields.
Mentioned got things started actually in the junior division here. Mike Quinn telling us he was pitching her when she was yay high.
There's a swing there. Jaden Detweiler fouls that ball off, and there's another
go.
hit there. Nope, it's going to go foul, going to roll foul on her. Jaden going to get another chance.
I'm going to have to thank all of our game sponsors as well. Family Ties Home and Community Support Owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Quinn, Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Ean Charities.
Just a little anxious there by Jaden.
And a lot goes into the organization of all these games as well, Tony, to make everything possible here with organizing the teams, getting the players registered, the jerseys, the trophies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not just show up here on Sunday mornings and get the field ready. There's so much more that goes into this. There's a banquet at the end of the year. I mentioned the golf outing to raise funds to support the Miracle League each and every year. A lot going on to make this possible.
Well, you know, Christine and Mike put a gang of time into this, and there's no doubt about it. And you got to give them their props, really. Christine does a fantastic job, and really, she was the one that contacted you about doing these games on the air.
And again, Christine's son Ian was a long-time player in this league as well before he unfortunately passed away a few years back.
And hence the
Team Ian Charities.
Yep, Team Ian Charities. Getting close here, Jaden.
Detweiler followed by Brady, Williams, and Shepley to wrap things up here for the blue team. On a very busy Sunday here at Eberly Park with games going on everywhere.
Yeah, there are. You can get basketball action behind us.
Yep. I think it was a lot of those kids from the one Little League team as a hit there from Jaden Detweiler.
Making the play over here is going to be Oakley Lehman. Can he beat her to the bag?
And now you have Zoe Brady coming to the plate.
You had Quentin Strait have scored too, showing that speed from third base. Good job by Quentin. Zoe Brady. Charlie Williams waiting on deck. Again, Zoe getting in there with that pink batting helmet. Jaden at first base, smiling away after that hit.
I think you would be too, Tony.
I would be too. You're right, Brian. I tell you what, just the smiles alone worth coming out here today. Zoe carefully picking her bat out.
Make sure you got the right stick in your hands.
Hey, you only get a couple at bats a game. You want to make them
sure.
count. There's no doubt about that. So,
again, we'll thank our sponsors one more time. Family Ties Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Quinn, Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Ian Charities.
Zoe from the right side, ready to go.
Quinn's first pitch, and Zoe just nipping it. Foul.
Got a piece.
A couple of close ones in there.
Yeah, Zoe going to choke up a little bit on this one. There it is.
Yep. Little nubber here down the third
base line. Going to have Braden Murray crossing the plate. Going to third base will be Andrew Hudak, and Jaden Detweiler going to second. So good job there by Zoe Brady. Here comes Charlie Williams, number 34.
Charlie will be followed by Alex Shepley.
And Alex will be the last batter in the game.
Correct.
Braden smiling away after scoring a run.
First pitch, a little nubber, and
Charlie
will head down to first.
Charlie's going to take off.
The final batter here will be Alex Shepley.
Alex. We said he's got it going, man.
He has the baseball look, that's for sure.
Yes, he does. Got the batting gloves, got the pants. Good for him.
Mike Quinn's backing up a little bit here.
I got a feeling I got a feeling Alex is going to hit a little shot here, especially to clean these bases. We saw they did a nice job the first time up. Takes a big cut, man.
And there's a nice chopper down the third base line.
Past everybody. It's going to go in the corner down the left field line. And Alex made it worth it.
Yep. Rolls all the way back to the fence. And that'll be a grand slam home run to wrap things up.
Crossing the plate now, Zoe Brady getting 5 from Mike Quinn as she goes down the third baseline. Alex Shepley going to cross, and here comes Charlie Williams. So all the blue players scoring on that last hit by Alex Shepley.
Players will all line up here for a final handshake. And we'll wrap things up this afternoon from the Eberly Field, this PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game. Again, thanks to everyone who made this possible, including Executive Director Christine Eckert and Mike Quinn from Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services, along with all of our sponsors here today as well, that allowed us to get this game on the air for you. Carl Childs behind the camera. Again, one final time, our sponsors, Family Ties, Home and Community Supports owner Nikki Trump, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services CEO Mike Quinn, Somerset Trust Company, Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, and Team Ean Charities. Tony, your final thoughts?
Final thoughts was great day. Great to see these kids out here. Fortunately, the weather was perfect for them. Great job again by, as we mentioned, Christine and Mike. They did a fantastic job. And thank all the buddies who actually came out here to help out as well. Really a lot of support for these kids, and just a great day overall, Brian.
And for Carl Childs behind the camera, my broadcast partner Tony Anola, this is Brian Morozak. Have yourselves a pleasant Sunday afternoon. Song, everybody, from the PA Laurel Highlands Miracle League Champions game from Eberly Field in North Union Township.